Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Oh dear Lord, this is like one of those. Wow, okay. When you exit. So fuck it, just leave it. When you press escape, the game just closes. And we gotta listen to this again.
Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena. Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points. The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. So many afternoons spent in this armchair. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin.
Okay.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
Zombie space dinosaurs from the. Okay.
A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No. Of course not.
Are you making a joke to Evil Dead?
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
Did I lend out my Necronomicon in a cabin? Evil Dead.
Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion.
So it's just a bed and a kitchen and that's it? Very small cabin. Come love with peace in your heart, said Niam of the eyes blue eyes. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is our mount, a snow white mare. Come, oisen to my gardens fair. In the land of youth, ply your arts. Ours shall be the cycle of days. Our sun and sky and rainbow ways.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niav of the ice blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet O'Sheen goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Hers. I used it too, when shaving. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering.
Did you die? Would call that an accident in your...
What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere, nor some of her other personal items. It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy. Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. There's dust on this, too. It's everywhere. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though.
Yeah.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here. As long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync.
Hmm.
Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out.
Okay.
The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her, there are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head.
I can literally sleep alone without anybody in the bed. Oh, Dreamcatcher. I wonder what some people need.
She made this with her own hands. She was really
Need
good.
that comfort of a warm body next to them while they're asleep. I take up the whole fucking bed. Or I would call it like to take up the whole bed. I take up the whole bed. Choose your words wisely.
She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Her faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. I have no need for the words in there. I don't feel like being admonished by a deity right now. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it.
Am I gonna find the hair? Or a piece of thumb or something? What's something I didn't touch over here?
Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else? We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside.
Your wife's body!
It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
Or big enough for a body?
We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well,
The way he says
except for Serena.
inside.
I can make out nothing through this window. There was a time long ago that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything else, we just got used to it. We liked it, even. I can make out nothing through this window. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing. The sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it.
Okay.
And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
All right.
It's been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with her, when she told me the soothing sound of her name.
That's all it takes. Telling you, falling in love takes.
So glad to meet you. My name is Serena.
Can it be that easy? I checked these, right? Yeah, this is for the pills.
Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena.
What does that smell like?
Why didn't I ever notice? We were happy for a long time. At least, I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this.
What didn't I touch? Touched the bed, I touched that.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
I don't remember shit from 3 and 4. Well,
No trapdoor under there.
the Atari, that's all I
Creaky
remember.
floor.
It's weird, I only remember the Atari in my grandfather's garage. Playing that shit.
I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
No trapdoor under there, just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
But you couldn't.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
Can we go here now?
Big enough for a lifetime of... We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But
Okay,
this would have
so
been a good
what-
place to keep one, since it can be locked. No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here.
What?
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course. I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry.
'Cause you're dead. Only possible solution.
I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits.
Culinary or is it culinary?
The stove looks like something from World War I.
English, right?
Considering how basic and ancient the kitchen is, it's a wonder what we managed to do with it from time to time. Well, she mostly.
Tamed your first rock golem on official? Jesus, that... Did you have help or you did it alone?
The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Can I grab the keys?
We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway.
I already opened this. What is there for me to do?
We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. There's a thick layer of dust and an almost invisible outline where we kept the water pitcher. It hasn't been long enough for so much dust to accumulate, has it?
You're dead, bro.
For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed closer to the window. Never asked myself why. We weren't good at housekeeping, always focusing on other aspects of our life together. But the dust does stand out a lot more when Serena's suddenly not here. I'll dust it off some other time. For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed closer to the window. Never asked myself why. We all have our sky. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
That means I have to find a lock or something to open that,
I feel too restless to sleep right now. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin, like my books. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. A lot of rarities and special editions here. My heart is racing. I can't help but feel there's something I have to do.
yes, can I help you? 1 second. Coming. Come in. Yep.
Where is she?
What do I do here?
If I could only remember what happened. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not.
I already searched this.
I'd give anything to look into her eyes again, to feel like that again. Where there's always a chance she might return.
Okay. They were doing an inspection. I thought they were people trying to offer some stuff. What the hell do I do here?
If I could only remember what happened.
I only could figure out what the hell to do next.
We found this trunk at a flea market, big enough for a lifetime. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here.
I need to turn on the
But
AC.
this
I'll be
would have
right
been
back.
a good place to keep one, since it can be locked.
Jeez. And I need to take the smell of outside out. You know when people have that, it doesn't smell like nothing, just musk. Like air, but like deep air. My husband sometimes carries that smell. What didn't I click on? Oh shit. It's your wife?
This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
The code in the back?
The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. Is there anything worse than beautiful memories turning to dust? I feel like I don't even have the strength to lift the lid. What once gave me so much joy now fills me with unbearable sorrow. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in the
What happened with the clock?
How long has it been, I wonder? I can't tell. And I miss her so much.
Or did the door open?
Why? I might just as well stay here.
Can't grab the keys.
I know it's my general state of mind, but I feel even more depressed near this armoire. Guess I can't shake off the memory of my sweet Serena trying on her various garments.
Okay, what the fuck is happening? Something happened. Something clicked. Something.
Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you're feeling lost.
All those moments we sat at this table, laughing, smiling, it's different. But that just
She's sad.
can't be different. Am I going mad? Somehow she looks sadder than I remembered. Could I really have been so wrong about that night? The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe?
Probably Freud, because Marilyn Monroe. Well, surprisingly, she could have probably said
Did I
something.
let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time. It all seems so meaningless now, drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. This table has seen many happy times. The meals we shared, or when we just used to stay up late with a bottle of wine and talk. I sure hope she comes back soon. We can sit down and discuss our problems, like we always did. We could always work things out.
Oh shit, now she's angry.
My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, my love,
I have to do something else in order for...
that ticking, it never stops. I've wasted so much time in my life. Did I ever take a break to show her how much I truly cared? That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
The truth is revealed.
I torture myself trying to remember. I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. She's angry now. part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. I torture myself trying to remember. I'm too upset to even think straight.
Oh, so your wife is in here.
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, it used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect
Should
me
I
to
copy
do.
this
Play
letter
the
and
good
write it
wife
to my
so no one
husband?
will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as
Except
if
that
not
part.
even a footnote when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on and on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
Not even eternally or Serena.
Now I remember. It was me all the time. I lost her, and it's all my fault. Her jewelry box. What is it doing here? It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk. A shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value. I should just destroy this useless junk. But not even the venom inside me gives me strength. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Did you put your wife in the closet? Oh, alone? Noise?
I should tear all her filthy, disease-ridden clothes apart and burn them. Everything she wore, just to lure me in. Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me? All the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. How could I have been so blind? Her vanity, always fixing her hair before bed.
It's not vanity, it's fucking make sure your shit doesn't get knotted before you go to sleep. Have you ever fell asleep with loose hair? Shit goes all over the place.
Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine? I hate her so much. All of this, I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me.
It wasn't about your look, you fuck.
My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it.
What's up? Availability.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
I'm too upset to even think straight.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else. Just for a while.
That's the problem.
But I can't even remember what we argued about. Unless she was the one who left.
Well, didn't you read the letter?
I hate her so much. She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right.
Oh shit, it changed. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Who was it made the first overtures? Named love, unending as time endures. Even as these rode across from my father's realm, mystic sea, burnished thy poet helm. Know this, scribe, in thy final sketch, spell thy love without fault to the fey, and thy life beat of mortal clay.
Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manannán. What was it? Maclur? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Manannán, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Danann.
Okay.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
And the picture hasn't changed. Maybe this picture changed?
This armchair. This is where we had that talk. That damn...
I've been trying so hard, but we lost something along the way. Did you get my letter? Will you just listen to me for once? God, you're always... Wait, where are you going? Don't walk away from me.
I'm too upset to even think straight. tried to be charitable with her, but what did it get me? Honestly, she could rarely carry a tune, so her humming habit got on my nerves. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness. William Blake. Never those dry, blackened omelets again. Good riddance. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
Those are actually the little things that you love. Oh, wait a second. I see blood. What the fuck? There's blood? Let me see the picture now. Oh, shit.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. I torture myself trying to remember. Sunlight, birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. The light is so dim here. Makes me want to chop down every tree outside. There's only a limited window of opportunity for everything. And I wasted mine. I'm too upset to even think straight.
Inquest. Shows you her body art, all of it. Fantastic interview with. Okay, I'm terrified of dolphins. Yeah.
I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow, two can play at that game. Serena thought she was so special. Always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. I hate her so much. All of these
Jesus,
pathetic souvenirs from our
resentful
relationship,
much?
they're all lies.
Why must I always be the one to fill the damn pitcher?
Damn, everything's getting on their
When
fucking
did
nerves.
the place get so out of hand? I hate dust, and so did she, but here's a whole freaking cake of it. If I kicked the nightstand, the dust would billow up and swallow me like a desert storm. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember? It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale do me? God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? I'm too upset to even think straight. Stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. I hate her so much.
Kinda reminds me of me and Frank. Not
It's
gonna lie.
finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand.
We don't have any more light bulbs. I'm sick of this thing anyway. We're chipping away at what little money we have because of a piece of junk.
All of I couldn't care less about this day. Why torture myself trying to remember? I'm too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Can I leave now?
Sit down. We need to talk. Yes, go ahead and empty the whole salt shaker on your meal. I hope you choke.
She was always yammering about the salt, feigning concern about my blood pressure. Should have emptied this into her lying throat till she vomited.
She didn't care, she wouldn't have said shit, dummy.
If she were here, I'd rub salt into her wounds, all right, just like she's rubbed salt into mine. Why torture myself trying to remember? Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat. She never had any sense for balancing a meal. It was either spicy hot or cringeworthy bland. I was used to much better fare before my family fell on hard times. Almost empty. So typical of you, Serena. Not one limit. I'm too upset to even think straight. Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no.
She left.
It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I hate her so much. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Why haven't I triggered the door? The window.
It's like looking into my own soul right now. Did I see shadows move? No. Just my imagination. It's like the whole world is against me. Even my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm too upset to even think straight. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back. But I've lost all hope now. Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon because I've had enough.
I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me.
I couldn't care less about this. What? I'm too upset to even... I hate her so much. All of these pathetic I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Dearest, how do I say any of this? And then you toppled us on the...
I hate her so much. All of the stains on this bed suddenly make me mad, angry even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Why torture myself trying to
Can
remember?
I open the armoire?
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now.
My God.
The bulldozers are coming any minute.
What is this?
Don't worry.
I
can't-
knew it!
All covered.
It isn't.
You spent much time here.
How did it happen? I
Fire will do
can't
it.
remember.
10 months since you.
Fire will do it.
It's already rotten beyond recognition. But how much time has passed? It's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's all covered. You spent much time here.
You think they will buy it after all this time?
Fire will do it.
It's been months since you.
The story is the room. I just found out I killed my wife. Oh, Jesus. I knew he killed his wife. Either find her in that little trunk or in the armoire, which I couldn't open. Now you can leave. Fucked up. He killed her like a long while back. If she's that rotted,
Don't worry.
he,
It's all covered. You spent much
he killed her a long time ago. Now something's telling me to go look at this picture.
No. No! This isn't happening. Those noises sound like more than one person. Who can it be? The police? Are they coming for me? I deserve it, but I want to see who it is first. There's something about those voices. I must know.
You spent much time.
The window. The sun is a silent death for some. Dehydration, delirium. If I smash the window, I could just slit my wrists with the shards. Bashing my head through might cut a carotid artery, even quicker than the wrists.
Other window. Oh shit!
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time?
That's him?
It's been months since you.
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene.
That's me in the closet?
Oh shit. We forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No, not like this. Please. No.
Oh! That was him! Oh shit! I think she found out, oh, he found out she was cheating on him. Bravo, whoever made this game. I thought that was his wife. Broken Dreams. I got a game called Broken Dreams. Requiem Aeternam. Is that the song? Requiem Aeternam. That's crazy. To our dear friend Serena Nelson, who gracefully allowed us to use her name and likeness. Oh shit. Ooh, I like this song. That was good. It was only how many minutes? 30 minutes? If a free-to-play story game that it gets you like that fucked my head up. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I'm thinking he killed his wife. Can't make assumptions. Well, the way he was saying I hate you and all that stuff and she left, you would think that he probably got angry and killed him, and killed her for trying to leave and all that shit. Then you find out the wife is the one that fucking killed the husband, locked him in an armoire, and then now burning the evidence. Oh shit.